So then you now finally being released and now you getting a second chance at life and starting your business. What is that like for you?
Okay, so that was so when we got our second chance and we
Mhm.
were released from prison, my mother vowed to never, engage in that lifestyle. And I went full throttle. I went
Mhm.
back to school, studied finance, and
Mhm.
while sitting in class,
Okay.
you
Right.
know, not knowing how I was gonna do it,
Mhm.
I just said like, I would have, I think it was, I was in social, I forgot what class I was in. And this man is just like, a lot of women, it's going to take you forever.
The professor or
The
just like
professor.
said this?
Yeah. It's like, it's going to take you forever to, attain, I don't know, maybe $100,000 and open up your
The
own
professor.
professor. Yeah. I'll never forget it. And I
Oh
was
my
just
God.
like, bugging, I'm going to do this. And I just one day said, I'm going to open it. It was small. It was a small business, but I said, I'm going to do it. And that's exactly what I did. I just opened. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
And when I opened, I kid you not, we were busting at the seams. Like, and then great relationships and just
Mhm.
networking, and one thing led to another. So that's how we kind of
Wait, so the first business was nail lounge.
Well, the very, very
Very
first one
first.
was Javasi Qian, which was
Okay.
in Harlem. This was
Yes,
before I
yes,
got
yes.
picked up by
Mhm.
the feds. So that was my first business. But when you asked before what happened,
Mhm.
I lost it due to
Right.
going to jail. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, so that was that. And then Nail Lounge was the first one that was extremely successful, which allowed
Right.
me to expand and do other things and so forth. But then in that interim, my mom was focusing. Remember I told you about healing, and she
Yeah.
always loved natural teas,
Mhm.
etc. So she decided that's how she started creating Vida.
Yes.
That's how
Yes,
Vida
yes.
came about.
Mhm.
And then when I'm like, it's the cutest thing. My mom would literally remember like the PayPal, like
Yes.
she would write everything by hand. And I'm
Mhm.
like, this is crazy. Right. It was so bad. It was out of like a wonton soup thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it was crazy. So I'm just like, I can't believe that she's doing this. And then so she was selling it in the salon.
Right.
And people were loving it. And they would come back and it just started just building on its own, so
Mhm.
organic. A lot of influencers, celebrities started using the product. So it just took off on its own. And then I said I remember my assistant at the time, I was like, without her knowing, I'm like, can you do a website? Like just anything.
Yeah.
And so once we did the website, it was over.
It was
Like
over.
it was
Yeah.
crazy, crazy. I'm like, this is
What was
insane,
the demand like?
insane. Like
Yeah?
we couldn't keep up. I remember
Wow.
like us sitting and then like with Instagram and us sitting there, and I think it was one time too, like Cardi had made a post, and it we were literally just sitting there, and it was just like, and different people. It was not just her. It was like so
Right.
many people that makeup influencers or just like
Right.
a lot of people, as I stated. And we would just see, and it would just be like ching, 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 and we were just like, "This is crazy! Like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna fulfill these
Yeah, like how do
orders?
you fulfill it?
Yeah, how do you fulfill it?" And
Oh my
then
God.
it went
Well,
on.
who was working with like how many people? Like
At
describe
that
that.
time, it was like me. My mom was doing everything.
Right.
Then it would be like me and my brother help out. But then we have our own businesses going on. So then she would hire like one or two people. Then before you knew it, it was like, okay, this cannot work in the kitchen no more. And then
Right.
we went and got a warehouse, and so that's how Viva came about. But it was just to see the transition from my mother where she was, and then
Mhm.
to just become this successful
Yeah.
CEO overnight. And it's just like, wow, like I said, God has a plan for us. And,
Absolutely.
once we chose to turn our lives around, it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's how that came about. That's how
And
Viva
then
came about.
but then you have another business.
Yeah.
So was it the swimwear line that came next?
So
So
I
how did
had
that
did the
happen?
swimwear line with a good friend of mine's.
Mhm.
I got to be careful when you say girlfriend, because these
Yeah,
days it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
no offense to anyone,
Right,
but
right.
whatever floats your boat. But So we did that, and she wanted to do a swimwear line. She came to me, and I said, "Sure, like let's do it."
Mhm.
It was great. It was very successful. Pandemic
Mhm.
kind of messed that up for us because we were manufacturing in Colombia.
Okay.
So for Colombia was shut down maybe to like a year ago that they started opening up. So we couldn't manufacture. We probably could have did it in Asia or somewhere else, but the lockdowns was so
Right.
crazy
Right.
that it didn't allow us because I want to say, not because I'm being biased, but I feel like our swimwear line, the quality, Colombians understand fabric, they understand the female body, um, so the anatomy of it, so it's
Yeah.
like they know how to make your curves and
I have it.
yeah,
I have
really?
the so
Nice.
Chachi wore
Which
the
one?
pink one,
Okay, okay.
and then I was like, "Oh my gosh, it looks so amazing."
Yeah. Did you feel the fabric and
And
everything?
I ordered it right away,
Oh, thank
and it
you.
shipped right away.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I DM'd you at the time and I
Oh,
said, "Oh my god, I'm leaving to Dominican Republic. I need this."
oh my
And
God.
it shipped so quick,
Thank you.
and it made it to my DR trip.
There you go.
And I have it, and yes, the quality is amazing,
Yeah.
and just, like, it's something where no one else has that swimsuit, which
No.
that's what I love.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I wore it and I'm like, "No girl's gonna have this," and I
Right.
didn't see anybody with it.
Oh,
It's
that's
the perfect
awesome.
color, it cuts really good, even, the butt
I was just gonna
is a
say,
big thing.
yes, especially for us Latinas. Like we
Mhm.
always have either the waist, the hips, the butt,
Right,
the cut. So that's what we really focused on. And
right.
Colombia understands that.
Mhm.
And like embellishments and gems and just the quality of it. But again, because of pandemic, we weren't able to do that. And, she's doing great things and she's being super successful. And so am I. So
Yeah,
it's kind of like to come back to that. And pandemic for Vida was like, forget about it. So
yeah,
we were just consumed in what we were doing. And so, right now, Infinity Swimwear is not, we're not manufacturing anything.
right.
But I went on to do Honor.
Yes.
So, which has been, I kid you not, speaking of Chachi, that morning when I launched, I was like, I should have did clothes a long time
Yeah,
ago.
I always felt like that was, like, the next
It's
step
big
for
for
you.
you. Oh my
Yeah,
God. I was
'cause
like,
you always give fashion.
thank you. Thank you.
Like, was that something, like, even
I,
young, like,
yep.
you
Yep.
just love dressing? I
Yeah.
mean, I
I
know
mean, my
you
name Qiana, like my dad used, it's a silk pantone and
right,
patent. My dad used to wear that. My dad is very dapper, very GQ. My mom too. So fashion's always been a thing for me. It's just the timing, the
right,
time, who to do it with. Then, like you said, one business. I was doing nail lounge. I didn't know I was gonna open up a nightclub.
right.
It's just like God guides you in so many different directions that you just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the young lady that her name is Yomaira that I have the honor with,
Mhm,
she came to me 7 years ago. We were supposed to do this 7 years ago.
mhm.
Timing wasn't right. Again, I was doing nightlife, nail salons and Vida and just so much. So the timing, our scheduling. Then finally, we were just like, we got to do this.
So good.
Yeah,
It's
thank
so
you.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's so amazing. Like,
Thank you.
what are some of, like, the I guess, like, the go-to pieces that you gravitate to?
uh, Pieces that empower us or that are like
Mm.
sexy but not trashy.
I
I
feel
don't.
like you do blazers a lot, and I love
Yes,
this look.
I was gonna say that.
Okay.
Like, it's like it's kind of been a signature kind of thing. Like people
Mm.
remember, I am a businesswoman, but I do love fashion. However, I feel like the workplace for many years was boring. Like
Yeah,
just that plain suit, but it's not like a powerful, sexy suit. And
I
so
agree.
we do a lot of blazers. But I just want to focus on anything that makes us look fashionable, but we can take it anywhere, from the streets to the corporate office, anywhere.
Mhm.
So that's what honor, well, honest, what honor stands for.
Yeah.
But we did the wordplay and we did on her.
Mhm.
So I remember when we launched that morning, I remember saying a prayer right before I launched, and then just that launch button. And I was like, again, the same effect. Ding, ding, ding. And I'm just like, and Chachi so happened to call me and I
Yeah.
was crying. I was like, I
So good.
cannot believe this. So guys, whoever supported Honor, thank you so much. The fact that every time I post something, you girls do not play.
No.
You ladies do not play. Thank you. I don't know which camera is.
So that's your camera. We do not
Okay.
play about Qiana,
Yeah,
man.
thank you. Thank you.
We do not play about you.
Yes, and I love the support, guys. Like every time I post something, you guys make it sell out, man. And I can't be more thankful, So,
Yeah.
and we're gonna do a big blowout sale for Black Friday. So,
Yes.
but
You know
yeah,
what I think it is too? I think for you, like outside looking in, I honestly feel like you're not going to sell anything that you don't use yourself,
there you go.
that you currently do not wear yourself. Like, I feel like you're literally a walking brand,
Yeah.
but for things that you honestly use yourself, wear yourself,
Sure.
it's this, even if the cameras weren't on, this is still something you would do no matter what.
No, for sure. And to be quite honest with you, like I remember telling my business partner at the very beginning, like, no offense to anyone, but there are some people who have brands but don't wear they wear their brands to promote it,
Mm-hmm.
but they won't wear it out. I
Right.
want to wear my brand out. I stand behind it. I sit here with you in front of you with an Honor hoodie,
That is so
Honor leather
dope.
shorts. Like this is what I do, and I really stand behind it. It's my brand. I love it, and like you said, I don't want to put nothing out there that I wouldn't wear myself.
Yeah.
And I want if the woman sometimes like exactly how I wear it, that's how the girls are buying it. And I
Yes,
love that because I'm like,
absolutely.
thank you guys. Like you see the effort, or sometimes like I get dressed in 25 minutes. People be like, what? And I'm like, yes, I don't, give that much thought. So sometimes it's like the least thought you put into it comes out better
Right.
sometimes than when you actually go super hard. But yeah, I'm excited about all these projects I have going on. We also now have V the Dry Bar. So besides the
Yes.
nail lounges, we also I have V the Dry Bar. I don't want to sound like I'm talking about my
No, hello,
my
what?
businesses
This
or
is
like
real
or
life.
like an infomercial, but
No, this is real life for you.
yeah, no. So we started the dry bars because naturally, Be the hair products, and everyone's always like, "How do you use it? Where can I buy it?" So we decided to create a dry bar where people could come and try the products, purchase it, and see if they love it. More than likely, you will love it.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, that's pretty much. Am I missing
I feel
anything?
I feel like you're not gonna stop though. I feel like this is
No,
not
no,
the last business we're gonna
no,
get from you.
no. To be honest with you, Ali, I want to focus on beauty, fashion, in that lifestyle space. I'm happy where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep just scaling the businesses. And I do dibble and dabble in other investments, and
Mm-hmm.
whether it's real estate, whether it's startup companies. I really like that space, the startup company.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm happy.
I
I'm really
want to talk
happy.
about partnerships
Yeah, for
and
sure.
what that feels and looks like. Because for me, I know a lot of people are almost scared
Mm-hmm.
to partner with someone and giving up a percentage
Mm-hmm.
of their business.
Right.
So, what is that like for you? And do you have any partners currently, with your business?
So, the only partner I have is Yamaida with
What
Honor,
honor? Hmm.
and we came together collectively on this project. So I didn't even think about percentages or if I'm giving too much or too little.
Hmm.
Even if I invested, most of it or whatever, that wasn't an issue to me. It was just like we came to in this together. However, when you speak about partnerships, it has to be the right partnership.
Right.
It has to make sense. What I have, you don't have. What you have, I don't have.
Right.
So us together though, we create greatness. I think that's what's key or essential. You don't want
Hmm.
to just go into a partnership with just anyone because they're gonna invest in you or whatever it is. Like even if it's an investor, it has to be the right investor.
Right.
Someone who sees your vision, someone who's gonna respect your vision.
Hmm.
Um, never I don't I feel like equity is very important. You don't want
Right.
to give up all of it. So
Right.
in regards to partnerships, it's very sensitive. I've
Hmm.
had partnerships where they failed,
Hmm.
where they robbed me for,
Right.
thousands and thousands of dollars. So, but it's all a learning experience. So it's
Right.
okay. It's how you come back. But as I stated, I think partnerships are good when they're the right partnership.
Right.
Um, but they're not good if you're just doing something to do it.
Hmm.
And as far as Vida, that's a family owned business. We do everything together. We make decisions together. Even if we're going to do a sale, we make them together.
Mhm.
Um, I am the face, but my mom is the creator of the brand.
Mhm.
And then my brother, he's just always, it's us three.
Right.
So, and then besides that, I don't have any other
What
partners.
about, like, because even with family, like, I've heard people say, like, "Never do business with
The family,
family,"
yeah.
"Don't let your family know how much money you have," like,
Mm-hmm.
but you're on the opposite end
Opposite.
of it.
Right.
So how is it, like, working with family and the stigma behind working with family members?
Again, it's all about relationships,
Mhm.
communication. And I feel like if you have a solid foundation, a solid family, that doesn't exist.
Right.
Money won't, you know, create, and everybody has to know their role and what you're good at.
That part.
And someone has to lead, someone has to lead, and everybody has to be okay with that. So it's a lot of moving components that have to make, or everyone has to agree to, especially with family.
Mhm.
I know other family-run businesses that they make decisions collectively. Sometimes people don't like working with them because it's 5 or 6 of them that have to
Right.
make a decision,
Mhm.
and that's not the case with us. But I do agree that it's about the relationship. It's so much of,
100%.
and communication. Um, if you have a shitty cousin, or it's not
That's
gonna
not the
work.
person.
Yeah, it's not gonna
That's
work.
not the person for you.
Unfortunately, it's not gonna work. But with my family, we've been close forever, so we're very transparent. Everybody knows how much money we get. Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. So I'm blessed in that way. But I do agree that there's certain situations where it's not a good idea. But I think
Right.
you know that. Sometimes
Mhm.
we know things before and we still
Yeah.
do them.
Well, you feel it. It's an
Yeah,
intuition.
absolutely.